I'm here again with another video, and today's is gonna be on something that is really new. It is the Morphe 35O palette, and it is stunning. Honestly, I would like to do a quick review and say that if you can get this in 2 weeks when it comes back, because it's sold out, you need to get it. If you love makeup, if you love neutral, smoky, everyday, you can do so much with this. I mean, today's look is a little bit more intense than the everyday, but if you're just someone who likes neutral, work appropriate makeup, you can use it for this too. And the best part is that this is only $22.99. Before I do the actual tutorial, I just wanted to show you how pigmented they are. Some people would think that maybe it's not as pigmented as, you know, it shows up, but I mean, look at that. Ready? Not beat. That color kind of matches my shirt, but for sure this one is the main star of the show. It's this one right here, and this is what it looks like swatched. See if my camera can catch it, but honestly, like the most beautiful iridescent champagne-y pink gold rose color. I guess I could have described it better. As you can see, there's a huge variety. I got asked the other day if some of these browns are like a little too similar, and I don't think so. I think depending on what you're doing is how you're gonna use it. For today, an example would be that I used these two, and I also used this reddish brown, like an earth color. I used those 3 browns, but it doesn't mean that you can't use them on their own or combined. They can make beautiful, beautiful eye looks with this. If you want to see how I got this smoky but glittery eye look, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, so the first thing we're going to do is use MAC's Prolongwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and we're going to apply that all over the lids. Then we're going to use the star of the show, the Morphe Palette 35O, and we're going to use that shade that I pointed at to set the paint pot so that way none of the shadows crease. So now I'm getting some tape, and we're going to apply that with very little adhesive so that way we have nice sharp edges and it looks very, very clean. Going into the Morphe palette, we're going to use that gorgeous transition shade just so that everything blends in beautifully. As you can see, I'm going in just blending and blending and blending away. Just this step. You're going to need to do this in order for everything to look nice and seamless. Next, we're going to go in with that orange shade. Now, please watch what I'm doing. I'm not going too high into my crease. I'm focusing right on where I'm at. As you can see, that's where you want to be. You don't want to go too high up because then it's very hard to fix any mistakes. I'm going to go in with the Morphe 513 and just buff everything in so that it looks nice and pretty. This step is also very important. You don't want to skip this. This is not a skipper. We're just going to go straight through the rest of it. I'm just going to do it in fast motion. When it starts to look something like this, then you can go into your next eyeshadow, which is just what we're going to do now, and just going to layer it. Layer it on top of that orange one, so that way, because we buffed the orange one in, we have this beautiful red brown that we're going to put up right on top of it. We're going to do the same process as the orange. We're just going to buff that in as well, making sure that there are no harsh lines and that everything looks uniform. Once you're done there, we're going to go in with that chocolatey brown, and we're going to start going into our outer V. This is where we get that smokiness from mostly. We're going to pack that in until it starts looking like a nice smoky V. You can keep going at it, keep blending. It's all up to you. This is how I prefer to do it, but if you want it more smoky with that chocolatey brown, you go right ahead with your bad self. I went in again and I buffed in the top. I don't know why. I was kind of OCD, I guess. Going in with that more grayish brown and topping it over the chocolatey brown. That way it's a more deepened, dimensional V-cut. You're going to continue this process until you have that perfect gradient effect where you can kind of see each of the colors that we've layered on thus far. Going in with the e.l.f. glitter primer just as an extra adhesive for the other shade that we're about to layer on top of it. That way, because it's a little bit of a metallic shimmer, it'll work out. So I'm going in with that exact shade that I just mentioned, and I'm just going to pat it on. You're not going to want to rub it in, none of that, no. Just pat it on, and just do that until you're content with it. Taking some MAC Fix Plus on that eyeshadow brush that we use for this exact shade, and I'm just going to wet it so that it gets more of a metallic look. When it hits the light, oh goodness, this shadow looks amazing. So you might want to do this if you have MAC Fix Plus or some eye drops, or even some water works too. Coming up next, you're going to notice that I just applied some gel eyeliner, and I'm cleaning up the edges so that way it doesn't look as harsh. I'm going to apply a brow bone highlight, then I'm going to jump right into foundation. I was using the MAC Face and Body and the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation. I used the shades C3 and Buff. For concealer, I've got my Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, and I'm just going to go in and blend in all the concealer that I had applied prior to this video. So that is what I am doing. And it's just a process. You just gotta blend, 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 so then you have no creasiness. Creases? I don't know the word. So we got some powder, and we're gonna powder our face so that way it's nice and set. And I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and just bronze up my face. I want it to look nice and tan because, goodness, I have not gone to the beach once, and I live in South Florida. So if you need to bronze up the face, you do this step, and if not, you're good to go. One less step. Now I'm going in with my Shade and Light contour palette and just contouring my face. If you do not have this, do not fret. There are definitely dupes for this, and I know of many, especially the Wet n Wild one that I just picked up recently. I'm just going to clean up any of the edges from the contouring. We're going to go in with the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek and Aphrodisiac and just apply that as our blush. It's so pretty. Yes. This specific shade is most possibly my favorite blush of all time. First off, it resembles a MAC blush, and secondly, I just love the color.
That's how much I love Champagne Pop.
Well, that wasn't dramatic or anything. As you can tell, I love Champagne Pop, and that is what I am applying right now. All to the high points of my face and anything that I want to bring forward. So next I'm using a Wet n Wild eyeliner, which as you can see didn't go so well underneath my eyes, but that's okay because we are going to buff it out. And you're just going to buff it out with that eyeshadow until it looks good. And then finally, you're going to use this beautiful orange to buff that last bit, and then curl your lashes and apply lots and lots and lots of your favorite mascara or falsies. I didn't have any, so mascara it is. Last but certainly never least, we have the lip combo. So I'm using ColourPop Cosmetics Lippy Pencil and Tootsie to line my lip line and fill in the entire lip. And then I'm going to be using NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Abu Dhabi. It's basically what I think a liquid lipstick since it dries pretty matte, but it's still very soft on the lip. And with that, you are done, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!